Okay, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA. Today we're lightning Reece Mclaren, MMA fighter from Australia, well experienced, having fought in 1FC for I think it's nine years, almost a decade, bro. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Still kicking.
Still kicking, bro. Speaking of kicking, bro, you just had a great fight against named Hu Yong, right? Great fight over in Thailand. How was that one?
Yeah, it was tough, man. All top ranked fighters in one, and there are no easy fights. So yeah, it was tough. It was good.
You mentioned that the first round you felt like kicking off a bit of ring rust, that or a bit of time off. That was the way it went, and you warmed up in the second and third, right, and took over.
Yeah, I got my eye in, and then just pretty much had my way, sort of thing. Don't think I got touched after that first round. Just a bit of jitters in that first round.
Why was that, bro? Is it just time away, or is it just what it means to you, or what is it?
I don't know. I think it's just a bit displacent sort of thing. I was a bit taking it all in, kind of just being back in after such a long layoff was it was weird. It was kind of bizarre that if anything, the ring rust was smacked out of me due to him. Yeah, we got the job done. So
fair enough, bro. Hey, is it just me, or you talked about some improvements, bro? I kind of see you sitting down harder on your punches and that, bro. Your power seems to be coming through. Is that a true true thing, you think?
Yeah, it's weird. I've been trying to think like where the direction of my mixed martial art, like MMA and just everything in general, and it's kind of I had to do a bit of a full circle, and now training pure MMA again. I think we're going to see a lot of more improvements coming up, and for the next however long I've got now in this sport, I'm definitely improving more, and this right hand's getting heavier.
That's it, man. Well, you did the stint with John Wayne Parr. Obviously, that's going to help the stand up well. Now you're with CMBT. Can you talk about that, Jim, bro? Like, what are you gaining from there? What's their kind of focus?
It's MMA again. It's the sport that I'm doing now. I'm training. Oh, my alarm's going off. It's weird. MMA is just so different to Muay Thai, and Muay Thai obviously has its benefits, but it just doesn't quite translate as well as like kickboxing or boxing does to mixed martial arts. Strategy and just all in general. Combat at the moment, we've just got the head coach Miles and the team we have. It's a lot of bridging that gap between striking, grappling, striking, and so forth. It's a lot more MMA orientated.
Man, it's come so far, right? Like a couple of decades ago, it was a matter of you go and you do Muay Thai at a gym, you go and you do BJJ, and you go and do wrestling, and you kind of just blend it together. But now you got everyone training like just like you said, just focused entirely on MMA. Kids coming up that never even probably done a Muay Thai class because they're so focused on the whole MMA aspect and that, yeah?
Yeah, it's long gone, I think, are the days of striker versus grappler. It's now mixed martial artists fighting mixed martial artists.
And then you got a few people come in to throw it right off, like Alex Pereira and that, just come in as pretty much a striker, right, that's picked up a bit of a ground game. I know, throwing it right off. Bro, mentioning the UFC, bro, you've been fighting, like we said, 9 years with 1FC. Do you feel like you're not as recognised as you should be in Australia? Because, you know what I mean, people notice the UFC more than they do 1FC.
I honestly feel like probably one of the most unappreciated mixed martial arts in Australian history. Man, even promotions that I fought for here in Australia that I've become champ for don't give me any recognition. It just is what it is. It's the Western Australia in general with the combat sports. I mean, the Maloney twins had many Australians heard of them. They're world champion boxers. Jai Parati, I think I just murdered his last name. The cruiserweight, absolute monster, and no one's really heard of him except for the big names Zoo and stuff. I don't know. Definitely. I think just the presence that one have is more in that Eastern world, as UFC is obviously massive here in the West.
Yeah, I think it's the marketing and promotional genius of the UFC, plus the fact that, like you said, it's the Western promotion. It's America, and Australia tends to follow American promotions. And as you'd know, man, it wouldn't be just you. There'd be hundreds of fighters that are equally as good as UFC fighters, but they just haven't been in that promotion. They're fighting in different areas around the world, or they haven't got a break to be there. It's unfortunate, but yeah, it'd be good to see your profile lifted, bro. And do you see that? Obviously, you said you're chasing the title, bro. I think that would be the opportunity for you to bring your name to a higher level in our country, because people recognise titles, even if it is a different organisation, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's at my fingertips, and it's been there for a while. So hopefully, this is the year that it aspires for us.
Bro, that last fight against Hu Yong, I saw a couple of your post-fight chats and that, and you seem very emotional. Where does that emotion come from in this fight particularly?
Just the massive layoff. It was a tricky one. It was a big year. A lot had happened within that year, and it was just frustrating more than anything. It's not like I sat back and I was nagging for fights, and then trying to getting little hints and stuff, and it just wasn't happening. And then kind of just being put on the back pedal a little bit. And then when it finally did happen, it was just a big blessing, to be able to be back in there.
And bro, Lumpinee, I don't know if it means much to you, but it's a big name, bro. How was it to be actually over in the heart of Muay Thai and fighting in one of the most famous stadiums in the world?
Yeah, massive bucket list. I always, like, when you're young, you think, oh, I'm going to fight Lumpinee as a Muay Thai. Never thought that you'd be doing mixed martial arts in that stadium. And yeah, I can rip that one off the old bucket list. It was awesome. So cool.
Bro, were you fighting alongside those full Thai rules with the small gloves as well?
Yeah, it's wild. I don't know how
Bro,
they do it.
I went over and watched it earlier this year, and they were going out to kill each other, bro. Like, just wanted to know, is that because obviously it's not like a normal Thai fight, they're filling each other out. In that one, they try to kill each other from the get-go. Is it because of a bonus? Is it like they get a better KO bonus, right? And that's why they're trying to kill each other, or what?
It's the small gloves, I think, changed the game, and there's a lot of the old traditionalists that are like complaining about it. I think, like, obviously it's great. It's such a spectator sport. It's going to take off. Like, when Americans start to see how exciting the Muay Thai is in the small gloves, it's really going to go to like another level. Why do they come out so hard? I think just because they know they can finish the fight early. We all don't get paid overtime, so get it done.
I saw them getting bonuses, Like they were handing it straight out, like 60 grand or 30 grand Thai baht bonuses, and I think that could be part of the driving force. Yeah. Bro, looking back to your history, man, I just want to know a little bit more about you. I listened to a bit of things. Obviously, you grew up on Christmas Island, later moved to Queensland. I heard you saying you kicked off early days with some, I think you mentioned about Muay Thai and Kung Fu and BJJ. Could you talk a little bit on how you kicked off in the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, just growing up on a small island, every now and again you'd get like a security guard or something that had dabbled or could show us something that kind of just sparked the interest. And then I remember just sitting down and like trying to load a 3-minute YouTube video that would take us like 3 hours to download, and just watch the hell out of that stuff.
Yeah,
but it's like small communities can either create good like influencers and motivators, or poor. So it was lucky in a sense that a lot of my influences were good, and that all come from mixed martial arts or martial arts in general. My mate's dad was like a kung fu or had some sort of background, so he took us in and we did a stack of Malcolm Su kung fu back in the day. And then it's just cool, man. Like the whole, if you get into the right martial arts at the right time, and it can just spark that interest, and yeah, it took off in my head, and here we are today.
Yeah, man. And when you went over to when you went over to Queensland, was that when you started with that potential unlimited mixed martial arts? Was that later, or was that as soon as you went over there?
That was a little bit later. So I was with Vincent Perry's brother, Joe, up in Toowoomba. So we moved to a small rural town, Gatton, and then pretty much was trying to find a martial arts gym. I had been shown Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like the grappling aspect, and that to me just like, I need to learn more of this. Because it was the only real martial arts that the bigger person was getting smashed by the smaller guy.
Yeah.
So that just made sense to me in a way. So yeah, I was driving like 45 minutes up the hill, if you know Toowoomba, and then up the range, and then pretty much learning jiu-jitsu, and then ended up moving up there for work. And his brother, obviously Vincent Perry at Puma, had the best team at that stage, and the move there just made sense, and moved into my mate's shed and trained pretty much full time.
Nice, man. Man, on the you mentioned the BJJ. Obviously, you love your grappling, man, but you're also doing very well all round as a stand-up fighter as well. What sort of part of the game do you enjoy the most these days? Like, what do you actually enjoy? You know, I'm sure it's a bit of like work for you after so long, but which parts do you like to develop? Which parts do you like to work on?
Wrestling, if you can believe it or not. It's wrestling, controlling, but then not over controlling. You want to be in good positions where you can control and punch the shit out of people.
Fair call, bro. Man, so who are you looking at fighting, bro? I heard you mention Demetrius. I heard you also mention, was it Adriano?
Then there's Adriano Moraes, who was the champ, and I was meant to fight him. Yeah. So Moraes and DJ are the two.
Yeah.
Either one. I don't know what DJ's doing. Whether he's retired or looking at box, or at the end of the day, man, he's the greatest of all time. So whatever he chooses to do it's no complaints out from me, you know.
Yeah, bro. You know, not many Australians at all actually get the chance to do what you've done, which is fight all over the world, man. Just looking at the list, I saw you fought in Philippines, Malaysia, China, Japan, Singapore, Colorado, USA, Australia, and obviously Thailand just now. How has that been, bro? Have you had the chance to actually enjoy these trips where you go overseas and fight?
Yeah. Oh man, don't listen to me. You end up doing what you dream of. You follow your dream. No, it's pretty unreal, really, for just a lad from a freaking island. Most of the time, you know, you're kind of stuck near a scale. You're stuck doing media and stuff, and it's the after time you can enjoy it. But it's kind of like, for me, it's the fight is the most enjoyable out of the whole sort of trip, and then the food. I'm a big foodie. Making weight sucks.
Yeah.
You get to enjoy maybe 3 or 4 meals, and then you're back on a plane. So yeah, pretty unreal. It's what a life.
So what do you take out of it, bro? Do you get a chance to like actually spend some time there, or you usually just fly in, fly out?
Yeah, usually just fly in, fly out. It's like you win, all you want to do is get home and party with your family, and if you lose, all you want to do is be home with your family. So it's I have heard stories of like the young fellas kind of blowing their whole fight purse and staying for like extra weeks and whatever, but my goal is so strong, and it's like so orientated, it just doesn't even cross my mind. I just want to get back to the gym, keep getting better, and then keep shooting for this gold.
Fair enough, bro. And any countries in particular that kind of stand out for a decent experience or a good experience going to fight there?
Japan was cool. Japan was really cool. We had like the Japanese fans are so like hardcore. We had them in the like foyer with like the weirdest. They found one dude's like college football card and they were like getting him to sign it. The fans there are just like they're next level. Japan's definitely top of the list to try and get back there. If anyone gets a chance to fight in Japan, do not say no.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, there's such a history, right? Back in the days of Shuto and K1 and Pride and all these ones, right? Like they were the original big stadium shows of MMA and that, right?
Yeah, Pride.
Yeah. Amazing, man. Hey, on that, man, who's your biggest sort of fan base being in a one promotion, bro? I mean, you said you're mixed, half Filipino, half Western, right? Do you get any of the Filipino followers? Do you mainly Aussie followers? Is there any particular crowd that roots for you?
Yeah, it sounds bad, but I get way more love in the Philippines than I ever have here in Australia.
Yeah.
Like way more.
Yeah,
In
bro, I'm
the
over
Philippines,
in.
I'll get stopped on the street. That's never happened here in Australia.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm not too far from the Philippines at the moment. I'm living in Macau, China, and been over there a few times. And there's a lot of Filipinos working in Macau too, and they're very patriotic in that. When people come over to like where the Manny Pacquiao fought here, when there's any basketball teams come to the Philippines or anything like that, they're super supportive. Like really support their home team. So it's not that surprising to me that they give you some love, you know.
Yeah, they really do get behind their countrymen.
Yeah,
They really do.
That's it, man. And wanted to talk, like, how is it with ONE FC, bro? You've been there for 9 years. Can you say it's been a good 9 years with them, like working with them?
Yeah, for the most part, like every promotion, at the end of the day, you've got to just kind of keep reminding yourself that it doesn't matter which promotion you're with, they're not your friends. You know what I mean? You're a contracted employee, basically, subcontractor.
And
It's nothing like what this Jared's been going through on the old socials, calling out Bellator and PFL. That's next level.
Yeah, man. It is the money you get from a company like that, and when you're fighting not necessarily frequently, is it enough to survive, or you need to work outside of that, or what?
Yeah, that's the only problem that I've ever had, is just the fights haven't been consistent enough. I think it's been like 8 whatever years. I've only really had 1 year where I've had 3 fights. So I am hoping for a quick turnaround here, and I get another one at least before year's end. But yeah, I'm back on the tools. I'm an air conditioning and refrigeration technician by trade, so
yeah,
just blue collar, through and through. Got to work. Got to make money for the family.
Do you ever consider these other promotions and that, not to get you in trouble or anything, but do you ever consider these other promotions like UFC, because they're I don't know if they are really, but they seem to pay a little bit higher at the echelon, at the top of upper echelon anyway?
They seem to have quicker turnarounds with their fighters, but I'm competitive, and I've said it for a long time. The best flyweights in the world are in one. And as long as the best flyweights are here, I'm staying.
Yep. Nice, bro. So let us know, bro, what's your ideal 2024, man? You'd like to try and get a couple more fights, obviously?
My ideal 2024 would be Moraes in October in Atlanta. That'd be absolutely ideal. And then straight away, early next year, start this title reign defenses. Let's go.
Nice, bro. Looking forward to a couple of things, bro. Looking forward to your success in that. We got to get you that title. We got to get you some recognition, obviously, over in Australia. I'll do my little part with the few views that I do get, bro. And if possible, if we can keep in touch, I'll keep promoting you, bro. But yeah, best of luck with your upcoming future this year and going forward, bro.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me, man. This is awesome.
Cool. Thanks, man.